here we are again, and I wanted to talk about a TV series that I really loved. I happened to come across it on Z5, and I started watching it, telling myself that it's going to be one episode. I just want to try it out because it was produced by Karan Johar and Guneet Monga, so that really caught my attention, and I was like, let's just watch one episode, and we're done. The trailer seemed decent, but I don't know, somehow the star cast and just the overall feel of it all didn't really appeal to me. I went in and it blew my mind. Seriously, दिमाग खराब हो गया मेरा ये देख के. Okay. Before I get too excited and start blabbering all over the place, which I usually do, but then in any case, I want to rein it in. So reining it in, the plot. Gyarah is a police officer and Shaurya Antwal is another police officer. There is a statute of limitations that is gonna get activated for cases which are more than 15 years old. So the police has to close the investigation on all of them. There is an investigation about a 8-year-old girl that is about to reach that stage. There are only 3 days to go and the case has been open for almost 15 years. That's really where the show begins. So Gyarah, who has a childhood connection to this case from 15 years ago, is now an inspector and he's trying to figure out how he can solve this. Suddenly, at one point of time in the night, going through some old case file, he gets a call on his walkie-talkie and he picks up the call and it's Shaurya Antwal. Slowly but surely, he realizes that at 11:11, Gyarah Gyarah, the walkie-talkie usually rings and he's able to talk to Inspector Shaurya Antwal. The only problem is that Gyarah is in 2016 and Shaurya Antwal is in 2001. By some stroke of luck or the universe playing a trick, there is a weird sense of time travel here, and that is something I really loved. There isn't actual time travel happening. It's almost like notes exchange over the course of time, and it is written fantastically. I was so taken aback, so blown away by the writing and the entire way it was written that I couldn't believe something like this could be written for Indian TV, for just a random show on Z5. Did not end up watching one episode, as it would be obvious by now. I ended up watching all of them in the next day or so, and I loved almost everything about this show. The first half of the 8 episodes, lot more intriguing, kept me hooked right till the end. The other cases are not as impressive as the first one, but there is still plenty there to keep you engaged, keep you hooked. At least for me it was. It is indeed a remake of a Korean show called Signal, but still a damn good job to recreate this. I already spoke about the fact that I love the writing, keeps you hooked. You cannot not watch the next one. Cases end somewhere in the middle of an episode, and then the next half of the episode is a new case. So by the time that episode ends, you are already into another case. So it's not a cliffhanger of an ending, and you're intrigued. There is that nudge that, okay, a new case, what's going to happen here? How is the whole scenario between 2001 to 2016 going to pan out in this one? And you keep watching it. So that part is fabulous. Overall thriller atmosphere and vibe going around, which is also edgy and really nice. Another good thing about the writing is the fact that there is very little cliche here. So every time you think that, okay, this is a obvious way this is gonna pan out, it usually does not. That was interesting, and it keeps you guessing and keeps it enjoyable. It doesn't feel like run of the mill at all. Finally, getting down to the cast and the actual name of the show. Yes, the name of the show is Gyarah Gyarah because, like I said, the walkie-talkie comes up only at 11:11 at night, and not all nights. Some nights that I'm still not clear on which nights, but Gyarah Gyarah. Right, that's the name of the show, and that's why it's called Gyarah Gyarah. On the cast, Kritika Kamra is one of the leads. So is Raghav Juyal. This is the second piece of work that I've seen from Raghav Juyal, and the first one just blew me away. And how? That is one of the finest films that I have seen from Hindi cinema in a very long time. I'm going to talk about that separately. But yes, here also Raghav Juyal is decent. But the person who's completely fabulous and who's made me change my opinion about him and about the fact that this man can act is Dhairya Karwa. He's somebody you would have seen in Gehraiyaan opposite Deepika Padukone, where according to me he was in too much gehrai. From the demands of the role, and I do not think he was able to float in that one. I did not like him at all. But here, just blown away by how much depth this man brings to this character, Inspector Shaurya Antwal. Hats off to Dhairya Karwa. Loved his work on this, and he really carries this season through. Yes, the writing is great, and that does help a great deal. The fact that he's there to anchor it all, because you're largely experiencing all of it through his eyes, through his emotions, and the angst that he feels, his character feels. It is beautiful to watch him in this kind of a form, because like I said, Gyarah Gyarah was kind of terrible, but I'm really happy that he's got to do this and he's able to show that he can do this and change opinions, while my opinion doesn't really matter too much to him or to most people, but you know, one at a time, and you're gonna rule the world someday. So yeah, really happy with Gyarah Gyarah. I loved it and can't wait for next season. I would really like you guys to go ahead and watch it. If you like sci-fi, if you like crime thrillers, then this is a great combination of those two genres, and I would really recommend that you go ahead, give this one a go. It does get slightly convoluted in terms of the whole time travel and sci-fi aspect of it. So if it's not really your thing, then yeah, it's not really your thing. A lot of people I know don't really like the entire sci-fi bit, and especially when it gets into time travel and convoluted and the change of the past impacts the future. But I loved it. I would definitely recommend you go watch Gyarah Gyarah on Z5.